Global Horsepower 3.0 blog. It's called globalhorsepower.blogspot.com. I'm posting some information on here, and the article is right in the position today, the second position, Bled to death, the Palestinian in Israel. He was 13 years old, and this was a viral video. The original video has been taken down, but we have other videos coming out
Shot a
reporting on it.
13-year-old Palestinian boy in the Ida refugee camp in West Bank on Monday.
And this is a copy of the original video, and you can see that for some reason he was shot. They thought maybe he was wielding a knife or something, and he took that position after he was shot. They claim that he was bleeding to death. They claim that. Actually, you don't see a lot of blood on the sidewalk, but this is a big controversy that happened within the past week. Some people say he died, some people say he didn't. And Netanyahu was challenging Abbas. Abbas is the leader. Netanyahu is the ruler of Israel. The usurper, maybe not. It's hard to believe that he won another election this year. Now, here's the warning that there are graphic scenes here where you already saw it.
موت يا maniac! موت يا maniac!
This is the original audio. Basically, what I'm going to say is that here's another attack. A lot of attacks are happening. This is an intifada in Jerusalem, and you're going to see more violence carried out by both sides or all sides. There's a guy running. They seem to be following him, chasing him, or maybe just going in the same general direction. He seems to go this way, and then they turn to the right. So they weren't chasing him. Because if you chase somebody, you would go in the same direction, obviously. So basically what we're trying to say is that there's a huge question in the media that is known, that it's disputed. Everyone has to agree to that. But what we're seeing from the evidence is that probably he didn't bleed to death. Maybe that started as an exaggeration or a false report, and Abbas carried it, President Abbas. And then Netanyahu challenged it. But I think the real issue here is not whether he died, it's just the fact that it's more of the violence that's going on over there. Some people want to dwell on the fact that, oh, he died or didn't die. Like, we really don't know, and it's hard to find out now unless you're there and we go look up information about this individual, 13-year-old Ahmed Manasra. And who knows how many people are named by that name and whether they have good records over there. But you see, you can't really find out, and I can't find out. And that's not really the point, as whether he died or not. Here's more of the point. Here's a message from Benjamin Fulford, and we're going to conclude the video with this.
Speaking on October 15th, 2015. I'd like to congratulate General Dunford on taking over the Pentagon and the U.S. military, and we'd all like to know that you are well regarded, and we expect you to finish what your glorious predecessor, General Smedley Butler started, and that is to clean out the nest of vipers and gangsters.
Did you just hear what he said? He said Smedley Butler.
Smedley Butler started.
Did you hear what he just said? He gave the name of Smedley Butler is a general
Smedley
that
Butler started.
Worked against the fascists who were going to kill President Roosevelt. If you want to call them fascists or just criminals or just evil people that infiltrated the United States government. So Fulford right here is comparing the new general of the Pentagon that took over. He's comparing him to the great General Smedley Butler from about 100 years ago.
And that is to clean out the nest of vipers and gangsters who've taken over the American financial system and represent the biggest danger of all to the American people and to the people of the world.
So
in specific, I'm told that the Cohen crime family of New York is now the main obstacle to world peace, and their puppet criminal.
But they're controlling over there in the Middle East, Israel, through Netanyahu. They're in cahoots. They have an alliance. It's a syndicate. And so you got the Cohens, and then you got Netanyahu as the main puppet over there. He's a strong man, according to that. And whether he's taking all orders or whether he makes his own decisions, that doesn't matter. You can't use that as an excuse. They're all working together.
Is supported by them and their blackmail. These people are cowards, okay? They rely on bribery, murder, and blackmail for their power. And they rely basically on hate. And you know what? There's something much more powerful than hate in this world. It's called love. And love sometimes can include something like putting down a rabid dog.
And as he's giving the example, sometimes you have to put down a rabid dog. Maybe obviously he's referring to Netanyahu and the Cohen family and all of them. It doesn't mean that we hate them or that we want to go to war against them. It means that they're a rabid dog. I mean, there's only one way to deal with it. It's like, well, why a rabid dog? Well, that's because there's no cure for it that we know of, and they're just going crazy violent against everybody in any direction randomly. So you have to put it down, put it out of its misery. That's basically I think it's a good analogy, but love is not an easy thing. So sometimes we have to make war if we truly love the planet and love the generations of the future. And that's a hard thing to understand, but it's wisdom. And it's in the spirit. It's not just in the mind or agnosticism or in the instincts or hard science. It's not about that. It's about spirituality. What are the spiritual laws? If the spiritual law and the greatest power is love, then we need to come to understand love, as he's saying. I tend to agree with him. I don't know where all his sources of information are, but he's talking about Netanyahu and the stuff in Israel going on and what's going on in the Pentagon that they do not report.
And we're dealing with a bunch of rabid dogs who, unless they straighten out, need to be put down, okay?